Deebo Samuel not with the rest of the team at the beginning of practice, according to reports, stretching on a side field. That usually means that he's not going to participate in practice, although we could find out in a couple hours that he was limited. Either way, stretching on the side. What do you think? Do you think he'll play this weekend?
I think he will, but I'm not sure that he should. I look, last week I miscalculated it, right? And I need to take the L on that one. I thought that the loss of Fred Warner would be bigger than the Deebo Samuel loss in the Seattle game, and that was clearly wrong, right? Azeez Al-Shaair stepped in admirably, and we'll talk about him in a little bit. But I think that based on that, the team may feel a need to put him out there based on how the offense looked and without
even
him,
if he's just a decoy, right? Like just
right,
draw eyes.
And sometimes it just seemed like whenever that team needed a play, and George Kittle was amazing in the Seattle game, amazing. I just think that there was times where it felt like there was nobody to go to for an explosive really quickly, and Kittle had the big play, the touchdown, and then he had the tiptoe run. But I mean, just in those third down situations, right? Like third and long, sometimes it's just get the ball to Deebo, just see what he can do. And I think that was a little bit missing. At the same time, I miscalculated that one. I don't really think that they need Deebo Samuel this week. The only reason that I was all right, let me rephrase that. If Elijah Mitchell is 100% and there is some semblance of somebody behind him who can carry the ball 6 to 8 times and run effectively, meaning Jeff Wilson, Hasty, even Brian Hill, who I think is actually a sneaky signing because his skill set really works well with the Shanahan scheme.
Yeah.
Because Deebo Samuel was operating as the number 2 running back behind Elijah Mitchell. But if Elijah Mitchell's fine, ready to go, and that running game is moving pretty well and they're getting something from Jermichael Hasty, then I don't really think Deebo is going to be as needed because the way that you should be attacking this defense in front of you is their cornerbacks. And you should be able to pass the ball here. This is a good opportunity for Jimmy Garoppolo to get right. Okay. This is. Okay. And I understand. So I just told you that this is a good way to get it back on board, and it's through the passing game. And I'm telling you that they may not need Deebo Samuel. What I mean is Kittle and Ayuk are enough. They'll be enough in this game for them. The loss of William Jackson, I think, can't be understated for the Bengals. He went over to Washington. Trey Waynes is coming back off of the IR. He's not exactly locked down. He's a veteran, but it's not something you need to be necessarily worried about. Mike Hilton is somebody who is way past his prime as well. Jesse Bates is great. They have a great safety. Jesse Bates is actually one of the most underrated players in the league, if not the most. So in that way, I feel like Garoppolo can still execute with Kittle and Ayuk in this game because the matchup presents itself in the way that it does. And I think that with the fact that Trey Hendrickson is going to be on Trent Williams all game, since I found out exclusively via PFF that he only primarily lines up on the right. So he will not see Tom Compton unless there is some sort of philosophical change with the way that the Bengals have been doing it. He's only seen about 3 snaps on the left side. So good news, their best pass rusher, who also has the sack, the consecutive sack streak, the longest in the league, 8 games, will be locked up against Trent Williams. So that keeps the pass rush at bay. This is a bounce back opportunity for Garoppolo, I believe. And especially if Jermichael Hasty starts, it's going to have to be Garoppolo a little bit more. But I don't even know if I just talked myself out of my argument, but I think that they're going to press Deebo to play. I think he does play, but I don't necessarily think that this week they need him. I think they have enough with what they have to get it done, and I think they're in a good spot for it.
Well, if he's not practicing today, that means that if he were to play, he would probably be less than 100%. And if you think they don't need him to win, I wouldn't play him. I think they do need him to win. I think they can win without him too. I think they would take some creativity, but they have creativity in the building. If he's less than 100%, I wouldn't play him unless the whole idea is use him here and there as a decoy just to draw the defense's eyes away from what you want to do. Otherwise, I don't know. I mean, you got to be really careful with him, I think.
Yeah, and that's the thing is obviously the 49ers are going to be in this playoff hunt no matter what happens in this game. Let's just say they lose. Let's just say they lose. Which
they don't have to win this game.
Right. Like, I don't think they will lose this game. I think they are going to win this game. Okay. I do think they're going to win this game. But if they lose, they're still in the hunt. Like, they're still right there. like right now, the Vikings are fighting for their life tonight. And that's why they're pushing Dalvin Cook to play. That's why Dalvin Cook is going to play. He literally separated his shoulder against the 49ers 11 days ago, and he is trending towards playing today. That's how desperate the Vikings are to win this game without Adam Thielen. So other teams are in worse spots than the 49ers. So, and I think the 49ers are going to win this game. So I'll just go out on a limb and say that.
All right. Well, it's something to monitor as the week goes on. I have a feeling he's not going to play. I'm sure he'd love to, and I'm sure the Niners want him on there too. I see what you mean.